Taxi.
Silver 493, taxi via Juliet, hold short, Quebec.
Juliet, hold short, Quebec, 493.
Rounded up from Shamrock 155, stand 34, information Bravo, best of our clearance to Dublin.
Shamrock 155, on background, hello. Are you able import 10 departure, 408 right?
Good 1 Sierra, sorry, 10 departure, 8 firm, Shamrock 155.
Shamrock 155, clear to Dublin on import of 10 departure. After import, it's November 63 to Bogota, the November 14 to Medoc, Dennis 5, and Skok 1461.
Good, info, then November 63, Vodka, November 14, and then the dog, and the Skok is 1461, with Shamrock 155.
The Shamrock 155, correct.
Cool. Hello everybody. Matthew, yeah, welcome. If you want to, yeah, there's 2 or 3 of us, I think, spawning in for the flight.
Tango and 26 right, hold Juliet 7.
Some little additions to the Gatwick Airport scenery, seasonal. There's some little Easter eggs around the airport, basically. It's quite nice.
24225, easy 680 X-ray text.
So, here we are, stand 51 Lima, Gatwick, version 7.7, and I'm just in the process of putting in our flight plan that we've generated.
Alpha ready for push and start.
So from Peters, direct to EDISA.
Push and start approved, face west, easy 15 Sierra Alpha.
Speedbird 5836, ready taxi.
Speedbird 5836, taxi by Quebec, hold short, Juliet.
Direct to
Taxi by
BATUB.
Quebec, hold short, Juliet, Speedbird 5836.
And then from BATUB it was the M738 way.
Ready 70 Alpha Juliet, dead for push and start.
Bearing 70 Alpha Juliet, Roger, stand 557, push and start approved, face south.
To MADEB.
557, push and start approved, face south, rolling 70 Alpha Juliet.
Insert that, and then we're expecting Lowy at MADEB 1 Bravo arrival. That was the question actually. What runway are we expecting? Runway 26 apparently.
And Silver 5836, can taxi by Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
MADEB 1 Bravo.
Taxi Juliet, hold Juliet 4, Speedbird 5836.
Just gonna have a little look at the charts on Navigraph. Because it's asking if we're going to go via MTT, but I'm not sure. RTT. See if that looks right, shall we? So we're going to go MADEB 1 Bravo to Elmem, and then on to Rattenberg, and I'm not sure if that's correct.
Silver 493, contact aircraft of 14.25. Good day, bye bye.
124.225, bye.
Okay, yeah, that is correct then. So no bother, we'll go back into the arrival. MADEB 1 Bravo via RTT, and that's already selected at the top there anyway, and insert. So that should have us. Let's get rid of those Lowy charts for now, and have a look at Gatwick's.
Freeware 5826, contact Garage Dropper, 124.225, bye.
Contact Gatwick Tower, 124.225, 5836. Have a nice day, thank you for the service, take care.
So that's the one we want for there, and we're going to be flying there ODVIK to Zulu RNAV departure, ceiling of 6,000. Just hide Navigraph. And set that to 6, and we're going to want that all on.
Branch Shamrock 155, stand 3-4, ready for push instruction.
Shamrock 3, operation Shamrock 155, stand 3-4, push and start approved, face south.
Push start approved, face south. Shamrock 155.
Rolling 70 Alpha Juliet, red flexi.
Willing 70 Alpha Juliet, taxi right on Lima.
Send up a
and
few
Sierra,
final things.
hold short, Juliet.
Echo, nice on your way to JFK, long golf trip.
Short, Juliet, rolling 70 Alpha Juliet.
Aviation simulation, I've not flown to Paro yet, no, I might do actually. Do need to consider those sort of different journeys. And yeah, Matthew, it's very easy to download a ton of mods for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first.
Ground, very good afternoon. ED83 Lima Foxtrot, stand 109, Airbus A320 with information Bravo on board. Press 9 for clearance to Geneva.
These items of clothing.
ED83 Lima Foxtrot, background, hello, clear to Geneva, Seaford 40 departure, stroke 750.
So, Gatwick ATIS, information Bravo.
Clear Geneva via the Seaford 40 departure, squawking 7502 for ED83 Lima Foxtrot.
88 Lima Foxtrot, correct. QNH 1001.
1001, Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, thanks.
Easy Vivo Alpha, stand 106, we're ready for push back and start up.
So, swim 160 and 10. QNH 1001.
Push and start approved, face west.
Push and start approved, face
Let's go ahead and get our clearance. Gatwick ground, very good afternoon to you. Easy 57 Echo, stand 51 left, Airbus A320 Neo with information Bravo. Request RFR clearance to Innsbruck.
Easy 57 Echo, background, hello, clear to Innsbruck. ODVIK to Zulu departure, squawk 7633.
Cleared by the ODVIK to Zulu departure, squawk 7633, Easy 57 Echo.
Easy 57 Echo, correct.
So because we're on ground, we don't have to call up that we're fully ready.
Easy 15 Sierra Alpha, ready for taxi.
We can just ask for pushback.
Easy 15
7633 is the squawk given to us, so I'll just put that on auto.
Right on Papa, hold short Juliet, Easy 15 Sierra Alpha.
And after this we've got Gatwick Tower, 124225. But let's go ahead and... it's quite busy actually at Gatwick today, in pouring rain. Let's go ahead and get rid of the air bridge. I've got far too many programs open. So one of these guys here is one of the subscribers. The QNH, Matthew. Good question, let me show you. So on vPilot, at the very bottom, you have Gatwick ATIS. So you double click there and it gives you all of this information here. And one of the pieces there is that QNH 1001.
Shamrock 155, taxi Kilo Alpha and Kilo, hold short, Kappa.
So that APU should be ready.
Just repeat that again.
Cross feeds on. Let's come off external power, shall we?
Roger, taxi.
Seatbelt signs are on, and we'll get rid of the
on Kilo.
silly flashing light. That's a new addition.
Kilo and Papa.
It's quite cool.
Gatwick Grand, good
Yeah,
evening.
Simon, yeah,
Good
so
afternoon.
quite
So
impressive, isn't it?
53 Golf Bravo's type A320 at stand 107. Information Bravo requesting clearance for Gran Canaria.
Apparently there's some elves hanging onto the roof somewhere as well.
Hello, stand by. Break. Is the 34 question is the 155 Alpha. Correct axis right on.
So we're using UnrealWeather today as the Freeware mod, giving us the live METAR built into the weather system in the sim. And we've got 2 minutes till our block time, so.
And is the 53 Golf Bravo Gatwick ground clear to Gran Canaria. M410 departure. Squawk 2210.
Clear to Gran Canaria.
For Navigraph, I'll show you guys the taxi route shortly, but we're going to 08 right, so we're going to taxi all the way down to the far end of the airport, basically. I would imagine we'll be told to push start face west, taxi under the bridge on Lima, Romeo Juliet, hold at Juliet 1 or something like that.
Is the 633 ground standby, break, building 70 as far Juliet. Contact Gareth Dover, 124.225, bye-bye.
124.225,
I like that one, that's better.
Juliet.
It's actually got the holds.
283 with you, request taxi to gate, please.
Sugar 283 ground, hello, welcome to Gatwick. Give way to the passing is jet, AC1 and then turn taxi right on Juliet for Juliet 4.
Let's get our pushback.
Question, discard that. Current taxi right on Juliet, stand 20.
Actually, you know what I forgot to do in haste?
In text, please, Speedbird 283.
Roger.
I was just looking at that primary flight display then and saw I had a speed disagreement.
Shamrock 155, current taxi left on Papa, hold short Juliet.
So that's our zero fuel weight, centre of gravity.
Taxi right on J, stand 20, Speedbird
58.72 ton.
Easy people Alpha, ready for taxi.
21.79. And we could initiate the fuel planning here and it'd feed us in a block fuel for us, but we're going to have 5.9 tons.
Taxi Kilo, Romeo, hold short Juliet, easy people Alpha.
So go ahead and update that. And we need to obviously counter into the fact that we're going to have a longer taxi as well, so we'll go ahead and amend that.
And taxi holding short of Juliet via Kilo and Romeo.
Follow the EasyJet 8320 Kilo Romeo.
Cool, let's crack on. Easy 57 Echo, stand 51 left, ready for push start.
Easy 57 Echo, Roger, stand 51, position start approved, face west.
Push start approved, face west, easy 57 Echo.
Cockpit to ground.
Easy 150, Alpha, contact Gareth Dover, 124.225, bye-bye.
Parking brakes, please.
Gatwick Tower, Iberia 601 with you, stand 105, requesting radio check.
Miserable weather. But good to fly in the sim.
Easy 150, contact Dover, 124.225, bye-bye.
If you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button. We'll go ahead and check out some new sounds as well that have been tweaked by some of the fly-by-wire team.
And Easy 633, guy ground, I don't see your flight plan, please refile.
Easy 633 is refiled.
Gatwick ground, Iberia 601 requesting radio check.
And the 601, guy ground, Rebel 5.
5x5,
so I'd imagine we'll be most likely taxiing through the bridge, hopefully.
You're cleared behind
Tech departure, Echo 4, Echo Golf, Kilo, Kilo.
Set power of the FADEX, and engine 2 starts. Start the chrono.
Easy 633, apologies, slip of the keyboard there.
Roger, Easy 601, clear to Belfast on Assist standby, breakback easy 34 Alpha, clear taxi by Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
Taxi by Juliet, hold Juliet 4, easy 34 Alpha.
And Shamrock 155, clear taxi by Juliet, Tango and 26 right, hold Juliet 4, operation Juliet 7.
Probably a bit tight there for us.
So it's Juliet Tango for Juliet 7, easy 1 time. Sorry, Shamrock 155.
Carry on towards easy 73 Golf, our confirmation Bravo 320, finish 1001, stand side, inspection request, to Geneva please.
Easy 73 Golf, Delta background, hello standby, breakback easy 633, clear to Innsbruck on ODVIK to Zulu departure, squawk 0357.
Slow the top down and stop it.
Complete.
Easy 63 clear to Innsbruck via the ODVIK to Zulu departure and squawk 0357. We're also ready to push and start.
See you on the right with the pin.
Roger, easy 633 correct.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
And please squawk 0357.
Wait for that.
Get the ground
Engine 1 to stabilise.
01 with you and stand 107, requesting ATC clearance to Barcelona Airport.
Iberia 601, standby number 2, breakback easy 633, stand 102, standby, breakback easy 57 Echo, background, are you ready for taxi?
Matthew, yeah, no worries. You could always do one out of Innsbruck and be flying out as we are taxiing in, if that works for you. Engine 1 is available and stable, so ignition mode norm, and we can go ahead and go to the overhead panel.
Easy
Cross
5
feed off,
Golf Bravo ready for pushback and start.
lead off, and APU master off to get that shut down.
Golf Bravo, stand 107, push and start approved, face west.
Stick the wing lights on, and we're about to get our taxi clearance anyway, so...
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, stand 109, ready for push and start.
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, standby hold position. Traffic is EasyJet, about 70, pushing back from adjacent stand.
Opposition 83 Lima Foxtrot.
And easy 57 Echo, ready for taxi.
Easy 57 Echo, taxi Lima and Sierra, hold short Juliet.
Taxi Lima Sierra, hold short Juliet, easy 57 Echo.
And easy 633 after the EasyJet, about C20, passes seat behind from left to right, stand 102, push and start approved, face west.
Lima
Easy
Sierra.
623 once the company A320 Neo
that is a odd route.
left to right, push and start approved, and 102.
Easy 34 Alpha, contact direct offer, 124.225, goodbye.
Contact Tower 134.425, East 34 Alpha, goodbye.
So let me show you guys, Sierra, I was thinking as I was writing that down, thinking it sounded odd.
283 is now
Sierra's down past this cargo area here.
Thanks for your help.
So we're pretty much going all the way towards the Boeing hangars.
Roger, thanks for flying. Good day. Break. Easy 601 Alpha, question is 601, confirm you have received your clearance.
Not easy, Iberia 601.
So
let's go flaps 1 for our departure, config settings.
155, contact direct offer, 124.225.
Odd brake max.
134.125.
Naturally,
and Iberia 601, clear to Barcelona.
safety demonstration.
Departure and squawk 0266.
A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit route.
Runway 8 right for departure via
should probably be on the centre line of the taxiway.
026.
Underneath Santa. And yeah, Tino got Navigraph in the end for 1 month.
0266, Iberia 601.
Iberia 601, correct.
Yeah, one big flappy boy. That's correct. The IVAO servers are very slow.
Speedbird 866 on stand 50 with information Bravo Airbus A320 Neo. Request clearance to Dublin, please.
recommend that you keep it.
So Sierra's going all the way straight on down here.
Silver 866, ground. Hello, are you able to import fund zero departure instead for zero right?
Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap.
Vero from Discord was on that BA flight on our right hand side. So hopefully it'll be cleared soon.
If we land on water.
Roger, Silver 866, clear to Dublin. Import fund zero departure. After import, it's November 63 to Volga, November 14 to Oginos, then it's
Navigraph does look, it does seem quite good, Tino Star, to be fair. We had some issues yesterday where it started to cause lag on the stream, so it was obviously gobbling up some bandwidth, or more bandwidth than it needed, I guess.
Clear to Dublin via the
busy.
Innsbruck departure, and then November 63 Volga and November 14 Ogunstein as filed.
So Sierra is down here turning left. Not had to do this route before.
That's about 866, correct. QNH 1001.
QNH 1005, speed by 866.
No,
we go Bravo, ready for taxi.
The first one that you guys heard from the Luke Air Tour was
Kilo and Romeo, whole shot Juliet.
Was the entry welcoming announcement, so the boarding introductions.
Is the 83 Lima Foxtrot after the company C20.
And yeah, Navigraph's about £90 a year, I think it is.
Stand 109.
I struggle to justify the price, to be honest.
As the company Airbus 320 passes right to left behind, pitches our first face west, DC 83 Lima Foxtrot.
So I'm taxiing a little slow because the EasyJet behind us there is one of our guys, Graham, that's following. I'm not sure if that EasyJet there is coming to Innsbruck as well. And the BA flight down in the distance there, I think that was Vero going up to, I think Dublin, he said it was on Discord.
Clear to Jennifer on the Seaford for zero departure and Squawk 5412.
Nice. Whereabouts have you parked, Matthew? Obviously we won't be able to see you, but let's clear that chrono. I was just reminding myself.
Easy 633 ready for taxi.
So we know there's Gatwick Tower on, and we've gone ahead and put 124, 225 in already.
And Sierra, hold short Juliet.
Taxiing on Lima and Sierra, holding Sierra 1 for Juliet for EC623.
EC83, question, EC53 Golf Bravo, Canada taxi via Juliet and Golf 1.
Continue taxi Juliet Golf and hold Golf 1, EC53 Golf Bravo.
It'd be good if the wipers actually worked.
EC57 Echo, hold short Juliet, and after the company Airbus C20 passes you from left to right on Juliet, Canada taxi right on Juliet for Juliet 4.
Hold short Juliet, and after the company traffic passes left to right, continue taxi right on Juliet, hold Juliet 4, easy 57 Echo. Yeah, no, it is a odd route for taxiing, to be fair. It's nice to see actually that we've got the red lanes and things in place as well for once. That's new. That's quite cool. And those Christmas lights down there on the software, on the scenery is really popping as well. That's quite nice.
Good afternoon, Gatwick Ground. Speedbird 73, radio check, please.
Speedbird 73, Gatwick Ground. Hello, everybody 5.
Afternoon, David. Welcome.
We would like to request IFR clearance to Gothenburg at
just told us to hold short Juliet.
Bravo in a 77300 at 10:54.
Look at that snowman. I've just seen that. And there's something there as well. There you go. Welcome to Gatwick. That's quite cool. There's another snowman down there as well. One big flappy boy. This Gatwick Airport is free.
Squawk 4237 for Speedbird 73.
I'm going to try and get that as we take off. I'm going to try and catch that on the camera.
QNH 1001, Speedbird 73.
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, ready for taxi.
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, standby, break, scanning event 246, character on Iron frequency.
Gatwick Towers, can I
Yeah, you just have to download it, Flappy Boy, on flightsim.to.
Scanning event 246, standby.
Macca Simulations, welcome.
53 Golf Bravo, contact director offer.
No Manchester today, you'll be disappointed to hear.
Bye-bye.
Scan event 246, taxi straight ahead.
Juliet 4 he's told us to hold at, which is down at the very, very bottom.
Taxi straight ahead, stand 143, scan event 246.
I like the functionality of Navigraph.
Easy 633, connect taxi by Juliet, hold.
Down by the compass base.
Can you taxi onto Juliet, hold Juliet 4 for Easy 623?
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, taxi Kilo and Romeo, hold short Juliet.
Kilo and Romeo to hold short Juliet, Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot.
David, no, the wipers don't do anything, which is why I tend not to bother using them.
Speedbird 866, request push and start, please.
So we've done the safety demonstration. We've now got our cabin ready from the crew.
Push and start approved.
And in a minute we'll be told to contact tower.
Easy 57 Echo, contact direct offer, 124.225, bye.
Contact tower 124.225, thanks for your services again, see you soon. Off there goes the Aer Lingus flight down there.
Gatwick Tower, good afternoon, Easy 53 Golf Bravo, holding short Golf 1, ready for departure.
Easy 53 Golf Bravo, Gatwick Tower, hello, Golf 1, line up.
David, there's a real desire on the sim to get as close to 0 foot per minute landings as possible, but 300-400 foot per minute is a good touchdown.
134-125.
You need to sort of tell the aircraft that it's down. Links for this scenery in the description, and yeah, as Williams said, on flightsim.to, they're all pretty much free. Gatwick Tower, good afternoon, Easy 57 Echo, currently taxiing on Juliet for Juliet 4.
Easy 57 Echo, Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Juliet 1.
Hold Juliet 1, Easy 57 Echo. Matthew, yeah, definitely. If you've downloaded this scenery as well, try and get it with the snowmen in place as well. Apparently there's some elves down here as well.
Easy 63 is taxiing down on Juliet.
Easy 63, Gatwick Tower, hello, continue taxiing to hold Juliet 1.
Continue taxi for Juliet 1, Easy 63.
Aircraft on finals in the distance. So let's have a little look out for some of these Easter eggs. Can't see any. Hey ho. So we are pretty much ready to go. About 1 hour 50 to Innsbruck, and we're going to be throwing ourselves in at the deep end for a VOR arrival. Last time I flew into there on the sim, it was a RNAV approach, or RMP, GNSS, or the other. They all pretty much mean the same thing.
Easy 50 Golf Bravo, running 0 right, so it's 170 degrees 11 knots, clear for takeoff.
Good for takeoff, 108 right, Easy 53 Golf Bravo.
Juliet 1 is just coming up here.
Easy 57 Echo, via Juliet 1, line up, runway 0 right.
Via Juliet 1, line up and wait, Easy 57 Echo. Lovely. Lights on. Strobes. What is a bad landing rate? One where the wheels collapse.
Got Tower, very good afternoon to you, Easy 16 Delta with you, 9 miles, runway 08 right.
Easy 16 Delta, Bravo, Gatwick Tower, hello, continue per 0 right, so it's 170 degrees 11 knots, and you start reducing.
Continue 16, crashing, continue 16, step above.
Tower, good afternoon. Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot,
behaviour there with the rudder.
right for Juliet 7.
Easy 1, question 83 Lima Foxtrot, Tower, hello, are you able to departure hold from holding point Hotel 1?
8 from Hotel 1, 83 Lima Foxtrot.
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot, thanks, continue taxiing via 0, question 26 right on Hotel and hold Hotel 1.
Continue taxi 26
right,
try
and catch.
Hotel hold Hotel 1, 383 Lima Foxtrot.
Easy 53 Golf Bravo, contact London Control 134.125, bye-bye.
134.125, Easy 53 Golf Bravo, bye-bye.
Easy 16 Delta Papa, reduce the minimum safe approach speed, please.
Roger, will do. 16
Should try and get as close to 1 as I can. Can't remember if that was correct. Here we go.
Easy 57 Echo, run easy right, surface winds 170 degrees, Gulf and Arts, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Easy 57 Echo. So 50% first, and then let's go power set. Flex, that's thrust set. Keeping the stick forwards until 80 knots to put some pressure on the nose wheel. We get to 80, which is coming up now. We can start to bring that stick to neutral. Now V1 is coming up 138 knots, I think it is. V1, rotate. Those Santas and the snowmen and things. Good little effort there. Positive rate, go up.
Easy 16 Delta Papa, run easy right, clear to land.
Good land, right, 16 Delta Papa.
Easy 83 Lima Foxtrot behind the landing company or bus A325.
And
Hotel
we
1,
keep the slats and flaps down, extended on 1 until we hit that S speed there.
After landing company A320,
Once we get on the flight display,
right behind
thrust climb, which should come now, we can go into our climb D10. There we go. So bring that down a crack onto the climb gate. There we go. Should probably put autopilot on.
Easy 623, via Juliet 1 line up, runway 08 right, caution on intersection, departure ahead.
Easy 623, line up on weight, runway 08 right and caution the traffic ahead.
Easy 57 Echo, contact London Control 134.125.
London Control 134.125, Easy 57 Echo, thank you, services, bye. How are we doing on the auto throttle? London Control, good afternoon, Easy 57 Echo. Airborne 4,500 feet on an ODVIK 2 Zulu.
Easy 57 Echo, London Control, hello, climb now flight level 180.
Climb now flight level 180, Easy 57 Echo. Let's get that really annoying wipers off that don't do anything, shall we? Abdul, thank you.
795, route direct timber.
Repeat for 695, please.
795, route direct timber.
Let's take it out at open climb because it just still doesn't manage it properly. So we'll just set a
route direct to what?
slightly more reasonable rate of climb. And now we've got flaps to 0, we can go ahead and disarm the spoiler.
Route direct to timber, speed for 95.
So our route today initially takes us over Dover, and then we head over Brussels Control airspace. Before sort of touching just south of Munich as we make our way into Innsbruck. We'll be flying in through the valley first on our star that we've got planned, and then we need to sort of turn back on ourselves.
Guys, 407, D10, flight level 90.
Let's go standard pressure.
Flight level 90, Skyways 407.
Civic 95, D7 flight level 100.
Flight level 100, Civic 95.
Civic 93 Golf, 1 Unicum 122 decimal 8, bye bye.
Civic 122 decimal 8, Civic into the Golf.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sky 4 decimal, speed 250 knots for left.
we recommend
250, mobile line, slowing down now, Sky 407.
Civic 95.
There is an Innsbruck scenery, Flappy Boy, yeah, but it's payware, so I haven't got it.
Civic 95, report the speed to Gatwick Director 126 decimal 825, goodbye.
126 decimal, can you please repeat frequency, please?
Civic 95, report your speed to Gatwick Director 126 decimal 825.
126 decimal 825, thank you very much.
from the bar. We accept payment in pounds.
Sky 4 December, report the speed to Gatwick Director 126 decimal 825.
Who else is next?
Correct change would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, many thanks for the service.
You join me.
So I have a feeling we might be going on to Unicom for a little while afterwards. It was in Human Reactions, are you literally the aircraft that just took off before us?
London Control, Stingray 01 with you, 4,000 feet.
What a call sign.
FMA 1 on control, project.
Tom, good question.
London Control, Easy 633 with you,
I've got
coming out of
the
Gatwick.
Luke Air tool, which is free currently on flightsim.to. Again,
633 on control, hello, maintain altitude 6,000 feet on reaching.
Maintain 6,000 feet on reaching, Easy 633.
and yeah, so it's completely free. Cheers, Matthew. I'll get that ready.
London Control, this is 89 Kilo Cycle 190440.
Defense Aircraft, Austria, Roger, temperature Golf arrival, descent flight level 140, over by Upton.
Descent Cycle 140 to Upton, Lufthansa 89 Kilo.
853 Golf Bravo, 1 Unicum 122 decimal 8, goodbye.
Oh, aviation simulation. I'm not sure. I've not seen that actually. I've not looked at it myself. Nostalgia for it would be good because that was a nice little.
57 Echo, 1 Unicum 122 decimal 8, see you later.
Unicom 122 decimal 8 for Easy 57 Echo. Thank you for your services. See you soon.
Flight. Easy 633, phone down flight level.
So we're on Unicom. We'll continue our climb up to our cruise flight level 330. So we're heading east. So an odd flight number is required. Nice. So you'll be heading into Innsbruck before us, and Graham, who's behind Easy 633, will be heading in after us. I need to have a little look at the charts for Lowy actually. In Human Reactions, I'm guessing you're flying in on the same star. Is that correct? That MADEB 2 Bravo. MADEB 2 Bravo, was it? MADEB 1 Bravo arrival. For me, the best payware currently is the Manchester Airport scenery from Mako Sim. Early access, it's undercut pretty much all the competition by far, price-wise, but it's also the most active in relation to development as well. So you compare it against Orbex, who released London City, and they've released an airport scenery that was valid a year and a half ago, but is the airport looks totally different now. So I don't think Orbex can really get away with charging for that. Just having a little look at the charts for the approach. Overlay on en route map. Oh, that's quite cool. Didn't know that was a function. Approaches. expecting a lock 26, aren't we? Okay, Navigraph is good. So I've gone in and because I'm still experimenting with this and having a little look. I've gone in and I didn't realise I could do this. So I've actually managed to put the overlay onto the map. So we can see that we're flying in MADEB. We have to be over 13,000 feet. At LMM, still above 13,000 feet, and we're turning then all the way towards RTT, where there is a hold if required. So we get to Rattenberg, and then we need to turn back on ourselves towards the Innsbruck VOR. It's telling us there that we need to head this way, so this sort of dotted greyed line. There we go, actually, that's a bit better, isn't it? So we go along this line here. Good grief, I'm still getting used to this. You can see anyway the purple line all the way to Rattenberg, and then the purple line inbound to the airport. It's going to be a straight-in approach, so it shouldn't be too difficult, and the aircraft should map us in via GPS anyway. But we've got that DME marker, should we need it, at 420 in. So we can actually go ahead and program that now and have it ready. And go to that RADNAV page. 420. It's not a VOR, is it? It's a NDB approach by the looks of it. Unless I'm reading Navigraph wrong. I'm still getting used to the way it all looks. Let's have a little look. Yeah, and then approach. Lock R26. Overlay on map. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm not sure if I like the overlay function. I know a lot of people say they do. We've got a VOR lock, OEV, and that's 111.1. So we go ahead and stick that in that VOR frequency. It's got the ILS there. So that shouldn't be there, I don't think. It should be up in that VOR1 frequency. And 320 run. Stick that in ADF2, shall we? Because that's actually on our approach charts itself. So we go to Rattenberg, then we go south to ADVIK before we join that 19 DME final approach. Heading 255 degrees for the course. Just looking at the charts still. So we make sure that course is input. And it's given us a warning there saying that it's an offset localizer, so we need to be careful of that. But it's a visual approach anyway. Lock DME 111.1 for OEV. Localizer course offset 4 degrees, it says. Let's see if I can show this to you guys again. Thinking out loud. So we go in from Rattenberg down to ADVIK, and then we've got that OEV VOR set at 111.1, and we're then taking that DME readings. So ADVIK at 21 miles from OEV, we're turning on to our finals with a course of 255 degrees. You can see there the mountains and the terrain mapped in on the charts. And it's telling us that OEV DME 17 DME, we want to be at 8,700 feet, and RTT NDB 9,500 feet. It's a straight in landing. If there's a go around, we have to fly down the valley, so we're basically going to fly straight, turn right down the valley, and then back on ourselves to overfly Innsbruck again. And we've got our data there for the approach as well. Should we or when we get to using that. What's the gradient? Am I being silly? I can't see it on these charts. They're very different to the way ChartFox ones are laid out. There we go. Descent angle of 3.77 degrees, it says there. Hey ho. And missed approach, decision height of 556 foot. So, let's see. We can go ahead and just put some of this in, really. Should we save the engines? .556 feet for our decision height. What else did we have on the chart? So, what's transition altitude? Actually, I'm not sure if it's on that one itself. Let's have a little look at this chart. I'm not sure. We'll make it up as we get a little closer, shall we? So that's as far as we can go really for now, and we can see there we're getting towards. We're passing KONAN in Bangkok, so we're coming on to Brussels control. Yeah, to be fair, Max, I would like to see the pub from on Manchester built in as well. That'd be quite cool. You should do a seasonal theme like we did at Gatwick, like we saw at Gatwick as we departed. Some snowmen and icicles and little things added in. That'd be quite cool. Sit on the pub. Sit at the pub with a pint. That'd be great. If there was a simulator for that, that'd be fantastic. You connect it into VATSIM and that'd be brilliant. Imilu, thank you. Really appreciate that. I hope you guys caught the snowmen as best as I could as we departed. And the cool landing, we would, if it was 08, so it depends on the weather as we get nearer to Innsbruck. If we get closer and we find that it's runway 08, or the easterly facing runway, whatever direction that might be, I can't remember now, then we would be doing the circle to land with that cool landing, as you mentioned. But the charts there show that we're going into the RTT and then we're turning right back on ourselves for a straight in through the valley. So English coast down in the distance, long way away. And we're going to level off now at flight level 330. ETA for us, probably about 1 hour now, off the top of my head. If I show you guys the Navigraph map again, you can see our current location on the moving map. So we just touched Brussels, the coastline for Brussels, or Belgium. And you can see our track all the way down. Through parts of Germany, and then down into Innsbruck. So as I was saying, if that runway changes, then we'll have to obviously fly the same approach, but we'll then have to fly the circle to land procedure, which I've not done yet, I have to say. I haven't done yet in the sim. Matthew, I've got the tutorial for arrivals on VATSIM pre-recorded, so it's already done, but I need to actually go ahead and finish processing it all. There's a lot of processing required, so I'm not too sure how long naturally, because I'm doing some live streams and things today and yesterday, I haven't been able to touch the processing functions of the arrival tutorial, but I'm hoping to get that done by tomorrow, so it'll either be uploaded tomorrow same time as the last few, so around 6 PM UK time, 1800 Zulu, or it'll be the day after. So that'll be the arrival one done, and I'll have to go back and check to see what we see how detailed it is. I can't remember now. God, yeah, I can't think. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll have a little look and make sure it's still appropriate. But I recorded it a few days ago. Flying into Manchester, I think. Let's have a little look at VPilot, see who is on controller-wise. Munchen radar is online. That's the only one nearest en route now that's going to be online for us. Hopefully we get some more pop online as we get closer. You know what? I've never seen Innsbruck Tower online on VATSIM. Yeah, if we can have a goat sim, why can't we have a pub sim? That's a very good question. There's, was it a goat simulator? There's binman simulations and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, I'm sure if you jacked up one of those companies, they'd probably end up making one for you. Ooh, Echo, yeah. Are you, Echo, I'm guessing you're speaking to, is it Gander Centre? Gander Radio? With your nat track and your oceanic clearances and things. How are you getting on with those? Let's pull the latest METAR. As always on VPilot, if you want to see what the latest METAR is and the actual controller isn't online, you can just type in .METAR and then the airport code. So there we go, winds 260 at 3 knots. QNH 1014, 4 degrees. Broken cloud, few cloud at 800 feet, broken at 2000, broken at 9000. So potential for a interesting approach with that VOR, because it potentially is going to have low vis. But that's where the minimums come in. So when you look at your charts, you'll see like a map T, and if you don't have vision of the runway at that point, then you have to go around. Kevin, hello, nice to see you tuning in again. It's been a while. Hope you're okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, both with massive discounts.
I'm not sure I'd last if it was VR compatible. I think I'd end up feeling quite sick.
Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the company.
I keep meaning to do a flight on the first officer's side of the aircraft as well.
Great savings, and just ask us if we join you in the cabin shortly.
Keep meaning to at least give it a go. I'll try to set some custom views, but because we're testing some of the latest PRs for the A32NX project, I've set all these custom views, and now they're completely wrong. So I can go to, they were working absolutely fine, but now I've that's supposed to be inside the wing. We're all the way up here for some reason. So that's gone wrong. That's quite a cool view. And this is the other one. It's supposed to be inside the aircraft still. Where's it supposed to be? It's supposed to be all down here somewhere. You know what? I can set it here actually. So in the cabin, if you can get into this sort of weird world, you want to look for these strange areas here and there. So that's where the sim has built in your ability to get a camera view with a window. So there's only two, there's one window on each side that's built in. So you have to go around and fiddle. It takes a bit of work until you can get that just right. But there we go. And then it's, what is it, Control-Alt-6 to save that one. And then we can head... Oh, hello, where have I gone there? Oh, I'm in the rear galley. How did I get back here? I don't know. Through the curtain. There's that window that we've... it looks so ridiculous, doesn't it? There's that window that we've just programmed. And where's the other window? There. So we put it along to this next window. Oh, what has it done now? It's quite buggy. It doesn't like certain things, certain inputs. It starts to scream at you and do some random stuff. Oh, see, it sort of snaps back, doesn't it? So let's we have to go back round again. Oh, silly. That's so annoying. So this is how you've got to try and set your custom views, but you can see it can be an absolute pain in the backside. So maybe if I leave that there and I go right. No, it's just doing the same thing. I'll just set that one as 6. There we go. Alt-6. And now we've got a proper internal cabin view. It's a little bit better than what we had initially, because now we can actually go ahead and move the camera around a little bit. We can zoom. So there's a bit more flexibility with that one, but it was an absolute pain in the backside to set. I was trying to tweak it and sort it out before I started the stream. It wasn't particularly forgiving. Let's see if I can set it using this other one. So at some point we're going to punch into the aircraft. Where's that window? There it is. How's that for a view? So you find what you're happy with, and then we can go ahead and just press Control-Alt-5 for that one. So we've set that as a custom view. So every time, because I'm using an A32NX pre-release, a PR, every single time I download a new one to test, I have to go through and reset this again. So for those of you who use the master stable version, you might only update that every now and again. It's not too bad, but it's quite a frustrating workaround for me. So now I can switch between that window that I've just saved and that window that I've just saved. And if I press my center button, we zoom back into the flight deck. So that's roughly, or at least that's how I've managed to try and set the set the stream custom views for the aircraft. There was a file within the actual config of the aircraft, so those of you with the A32NX mod, I wonder if actually I can show you guys. Bear with me while I just add another source. To the stream, so I can actually show you guys then what I mean. So we're going to want window capture, files, so if you head through to wherever your flight sim is installed, so for example for me it's in app data, you will go local cache packages. With the A32NX you want to go into here, sim objects, airplane, A320neo, and then you want to open this cameras file. I'm not sure if it's going to let me show you this. No, so let me just tweak this screen for you guys again. Working on it. Let's see, it's not going to let me show you any of that bit. That's annoying. So what I'll do is, it's not pretty, but bear with me. I'll go into display capture, which isn't working either, I don't think. Let's see. There we go. Change that figure there on your A32NX file. I point, just delete the 4. So it says 43. Save it. Go into your sim, and then you can move through the flight deck door basically, and you can move around. Save your views as you want to, as we've just done, and you do Control Alt and then a number. So Control Alt 5 and Control Alt 6 are the two that I've preset. Exit the sim. Go back into this file and then add that 4 again and save it. So you put that value back, and then that should give you it should keep custom view for you guys. Bar fight add-on would be fantastic. I'm not sure I'd want a bar fight add-on for the sim though. Could be a bit awkward trying to explain it on VATSIM. A little bit of clear air turbulence. How are we doing on the flight plan? So 368 miles to go, 15:06 UTC arrival it's saying, so we're 45 minutes till landing. Soon it will start shouting at us for destination data, but we can go ahead and plan with what we know using the METARs on vPilot. So I'll just type in that chat box again to refresh the latest one. .METAR Lowy, and we got Lowy 1350 Zulu, so that's the 13th of December at 1350 Zulu, so 15-20 minutes ago. 260 degrees at 3 knots is the wind. Oops. So we're actually testing something today linked to tower wind and things like that. So as we go on to our approach, we'll be looking at the magenta low speed markers, and as the winds change we should see that that figure changes as well. So if there's a increase in a tailwind or a headwind, the very slowest speed at the bottom here should it should change itself, ground speed and things. So we're going to give that a go and have a little look at that. So QNH 1014, and that will hopefully be in the sim if it proves that it works. 4 degrees temperature, and the transition altitude we'd not yet worked out, but I'm going to put 13,000 for now, because a lot of the things on the charts mentioned 13,000, so it makes sense. Although if anyone else can find the actual chart related transition for Innsbruck, let me know in the live chat. In human reactions, runway 28 I think I've got planned. 26. Yeah, I was having a little look at the lighting yesterday during our Flight to Santa live stream, and about 10 minutes later the guy came on the stream and said, "Oh, I've just tweaked it again." But for me then it's too late. I've committed to a flight. But I had a little look very briefly afterwards and it looked pretty good, although I couldn't really see what the difference was between the latest fix. Anzi, it would be ATC given, and thank you, I'll put 11,000 in that instance. Normally there is a transition altitude on the charts though, so I must have not been looking at it properly, because I'm looking at the Jefferson charts for pretty much the second time I've ever looked at them, so I'm used to Chart Fox. But yeah, if we had ATIS on, as we did at Gatwick, it would give us a transition altitude directed by ATC, so then we'd just use that one instead. But we don't have that for low E currently. It's a shame there's no ATC on at low E, there rarely ever is. But it'd make it quite a cool little airport to work on, I think. Munchen radar is coming in. Low E looks quite busy. There's 2 aircraft just departed. There's 2 on the ground. There's 3 just departed actually, and there's 1 on final approach. So it's fairly busy, but no ATC annoyingly. Munchen radar is going to be, we're going to tickle into their airspace, I believe. Rhine. Let's have a little look at some charts. Deep in thought. Munchen FIR. Okay, so when we get to BATUB, that's where we touch Munchen radar. So we've got a little way to go before that anyway. Just leaving Brussels airspace, going on to Langen radar, but they're not online, I don't think. Yeah, they're not online. I'll have a little look actually. I'm still getting my head around the layout of Navigraph, so I'm purposely trying not to look at what I'm comfortable with, which is Simbrief. Ref, is that it? Nope. Let's see, low vis procedures. I'm not sure. I'm sort of a lot of people said how good the layout was on Navigraph, but it's not as simple as Simbrief. What's it called? ChartFox. It's not as easily laid out as ChartFox. But yeah, the charts say transition level given by ATC, so there isn't one mentioned on that star chart on the star plates. Interestingly enough, arrivals lock R runway 26. Who knows? But effectively, we're going to be flying this in ourselves, probably just with the GPS for this straight-in approach, unless that wind does change. Once we get to Adwig, then we want to set that heading of 255 degrees, and we then start our descent in. So the descent is obviously down to us. And it's given us 19 DME, it's 17 DME, we have to be at 8,700. And it's given us a descent angle of 3.77 degrees. So we'll give it a go. What's the worst that could happen, eh? We'll overlay that one on the map though, so we can actually see. What's Lido? Never heard of that one. Is that another chart provider or? Echo, good question. How do I join a VA? So it depends really what VA you want to join. If it's one that's based in the UK, then flyuk.aero is definitely the best virtual airline that you could probably join. I've tried BA Virtual, but I found it was their setup and their software and things were just overly complicated. FlyUK was just simply you book the flight and then you put it onto their Skytrack software and job done. Ah, that's interesting. So VMCG, how do we? Is that something that we can get online, or is that something that you can't get publicly? Like I said, I've never heard of it, but it must be pretty good if EasyJet use it. Oh, you know what I just thought might be a good view when it comes to landing. Let's see. That's weird. Let's do Alt 8 for that. No, Control Alt 8. Is there an age restriction? I'm not sure actually. I think there may be an age restriction, but I'm not 100% certain actually. It'll be worth having a little look on their website. Whoops, a little wobble there. It'd be worth having a little look on their website to see what you think. Read through the documentation things. There might be age restrictions, and I can't remember off the top of my head if there are any or what they might be. So have a little look. They're definitely probably one of the few virtual airlines that support Microsoft Flight Simulator a lot more openly than some others. Some are still playing catch up. I've heard the Lufthansa virtual airline is very good, and there is an EasyJet VA as well. But I don't think they've yet caught up properly with MSFS. VMCG, if you notice anything that's noteworthy, then let me know. No, it's not a straightforward place, especially if you, Ian, good point. That's probably what I would have guessed if I was to guess an age. I'd probably suggested it would be 13, but I wasn't too sure. Ashish, yeah, you know what? Why not? I think I mentioned that I was going to try and get my head around doing that about a month and a half ago, and I've not got round to it. So let me just write a note. So I will do that for the next stream. If you find any freeware scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator for Mumbai or Delhi, then just let me know in the comments or something, or on the live stream, live chat, and we'll work that. And if you've got a particular airline that you'd like me to fly as for that stream, SpiceJet or Air India or Go Air or anything like that, then let me know. Yeah, I'm hoping we get some rolling wings through the valleys for this, because we are testing the ground speed mini that's been put in for the A32NX project. So I'm hoping we get variable winds so we can see that figure change as part of our test, but we'll see. How are we doing on our route? Loads of fuel, 4.3 tonnes still, good grief. It's hard to get a happy medium because Simbrief tells you a lot more than we were carrying, and then the fuel planning gives you a good figure. So I try and just tend to pick a figure in the middle, really. So let's see, 262 miles to go. There's MADEB. BATUB is, I think, when I said that we need to call up München radar. EDISA's next. Yeah, so then BATUB. So we'll be on to München radar shortly. And there's that RTT, and then ADWIG, and that's when we're then turning right for our final approach. Lowy 26. We've got our VOR and our NDB's program ready. That first NDB is going to be RTT, and that second one is going to be at Innsbruck. and we've got our course of 255 put in for that VOR as well. We can go ahead and amend these if it changes as we get a bit closer as well. And just going to try and find our star. MADEB at flight level at or above 13,000. So we go ahead and input that. Decel is frustrating because that's some random figure that it shouldn't be. And RTT, I think it's telling us 9,500. Let's have a look at the actual approach plates. Yeah, we'll do 9,500 for RTT. But it's not going to let us input anything because that's inside the star. That's annoying. ADVIK at 9,500. That's correct. 8,700 at 17 DME. 14 DME 7,500. Okay, that looks pretty good. The only thing that goes horribly wrong then is that 90 lock. Because that should be 5,500. And it's not going to let us change that. So again, there are still some issues with the aircraft in the sim. Yeah, VMCG, good tip. I think I was looking to be nearer towards that 9,500 around RTT if there's no ATC, and then we're starting to configure at that point, like you were saying. So we'll give it a go. I've not flown into Innsbruck on the sim for a very long time. That's odd. I didn't turn those on. I just noticed on the eCam there it said ice not detected, and I don't remember turning the icing functions on, so really bizarre. So something that I've clicked or input or done has randomly turned those on for some reason. Who knows? Share, very good question. If you want something that you can download and absolutely everything will work with it, you'd get that Zibo 737 for example, and all of the airports seem to be configured quite good as well, but you're not too fussed about graphics or the scenery and the detail of the world, if you like, then probably get X-Plane, but I don't have X-Plane. Nice one there, thank you. I shall do that then. Yeah, so basically from ADVIK, as we're then turning for our finals, we'll go flaps 2 and gear down then, as VMCG has mentioned. I suppose then in a way, because it's a bit of a steep descent, or slightly steeper descent than what we'd have normally, it just increases the drag on the airframe, I guess. At Share, I would rather, personally I'd say get Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It's still rough around the edges, but I don't find it frustrating. It's frustrating when they release a patch and everything breaks. That is annoying, but I still think it's pretty good. We still don't have a properly working VNAV system or anything in the fly-by-wire yet, and we're still using the Asobo autopilot as well, so it's still fairly messy at times. Or as it did yesterday for that flight to Lapland, it tried to lock us onto the star, so it wasn't accepting any approach beyond a certain waypoint for some reason, so it just wanted us to fly in a circle. BATUB is coming up in 80, or just shy of 80 miles. and that's where we know we're going to be speaking to Munchen radar 134.150. So as we get close, oh look at that, we've got Innsbruck approach online now, 119275, and Innsbruck ATIS. So for the first time ever in the sim, we've actually got controllers at Innsbruck. At least for what I've ever seen anyway, so this is going to be good. And they've actually got an ATIS information, and this it says Innsbruck information Quebec, time 14:20 Zulu, so it's just shy of 20 minutes ago. Runway in use. It doesn't say what the runway in use is. It just says runway in use by ATC, surface condition wet, more than 50% braking action, good, good and good. Transition level not determined, wind calm, visibility more than 10 kilometers, clouds few at 800 feet, broken at 2,000 feet, broken at 9,000 feet, temperature 3 degrees, dew point 2 degrees, QNH 1014, advise on initial contact, we have information Quebec. So compare that to what we've already put in. QNH is still the same, temperature's 3 degrees Celsius. Saying wind calm, but I'll leave that figure in anyway. Crikey, you're making it sound really difficult. You see, that's just pulled in the next METAR, so all of a sudden we've it's shot to a crosswind and it's rotating back to a headwind, and it's just messed out indicated airspeed up a little bit. Echo, yeah, I saw the that Haribo Chewy livery. Looks quite good actually, and I almost downloaded it for today, but because I was trying to use a realistic EasyJet call sign that was flying the route today, but somebody already nabbed the call sign. So I'm hoping, now we've got Navigraph, I've imported the Navigraph data into the sim, and I'm hoping that because of that it's going to take away some of the erroneous issues with the sim itself. You can see as we get closer now as well, we can see MADEB flying down to RTT, which is that little blip there, before we're turning round for our final approach into Lowy. Now we've got approach online as well. We'll go from Munchen radar, hopefully for initial descent, and then we'll be handed over to Lowy approach for our arrival into the airport as well. So tomorrow we'll do, I need to have a little look for some scenery, but we'll do Mumbai to Delhi. Does anyone know how long that flight is actually? I should probably look at how long the route is. We're talking like 1 hour, 1 hour 30, I can't think off the top of my head. Yeah, Echo, I can highly recommend Fly UK. As Ian said, it is a really good VA. They've got their own liveries and plenty of routes as well for us. When the Aerosoft CRJ comes out as well, there are plenty of routes for that as well, for regional hops, so loads of variety. When that Quality Wings 787 comes out, there's a ton of routes for that as well. 2 hours, perfect. Ashish, perfect. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow. Make sure you guys join us for then as well. We'll make sure we do that flight out. We'll fly Air India. Ashish, if you've got a particular call sign you'd like me to use, then let me know and I'll try and log in and get that assigned for the day. Ah. So you used to deselect that. Interesting. 134.15. Getting sidetracked. Monson radar.
Super Niner Sugar off, copied, descent flight level 130.
Descent flight level 130 for development takeoff.
Monson radar, good day, Easy 57 Echo inbound, BATUB, flight level 330.
Easy 57 Echo, hello, identified, descent level 150.
Descent flight level 150, Easy 57 Echo.
Speedbird 9 trigger off, contact Innsbruck radar 119.275, goodbye.
119.275 for
Ashish, no problem, we'll look at that. We'll make one up. Let's do minus 1800, shall we?
Up only. You're pushing right now, confirm.
And let's have a little look at Navigraph again.
Apologies, yeah, I thought we had received the pushback clearance. Apologies.
Just going to overlay the charts.
Yeah, well, in that case, push approved facing south.
Roger, and apologies, push
making good progress.
Thank you. Also, one Julius removal request taxi, and for information, we are able for Bravo 12.
Yep, that is copied. Continue via swing over Oscar 2 and then Oscar 2.
So with clouds at
Oscar 2, 08, this is one Julius Romeo.
200 foot, I think it was, on the 80s. Clouds few at 800 feet, broken at 2000. We want to make sure that we don't get issues on the approach. If we don't get visibility by minimums, then we have to declare a go around.
Lufthansa 7 November radio check.
And for us, that is going to be climb straight ahead to Whiskey India 005.
251 info echo request startup to
turn right heading 291 degrees. We're climbing up to 11,000. We then turn right in that wider valley further west, and then we hide back on ourselves all the way back to RTT.
Startup approved, cleared Berlin via input to Sierra departure, runway 26 left, initial climb flight level.
I've done this for not done this for a very long time actually now, so we'll see how it goes as we get a bit closer. I've not done it with approach control on either, so it's going to be interesting.
Brandenburg via the input to Sierra departure. Runway 26 left, initially 70 and squawk 2056, Lufthansa 7 November.
Where are we flying over at the moment? Reidlingen in Germany.
Easy 150 Alpha, QNH 1013.
QNH 1013.
So we're in Munchen Radar's territory at the moment. Munich is just off on our sort of 10 o'clock off in the horizon.
Lufthansa 1 Juliet Romeo, continue Bravo 12 holding point 26 left.
Many miles away.
Continue Bravo 12 holding point 26 left, Lufthansa 1 Juliet Romeo.
Leipzig 1145, left of Alpha 4 entry November 1.
Left Alpha 4, entry November 1, Leipzig Air 1145.
Nice.
Leipzig 1053, identified passing 2,500 feet, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Leipzig Air 1053.
Bangladesh 692, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1012, correction 1013, speed 220 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing.
Descend to 5,000 feet, speed 220 knots on QNH 1013, Bangladesh 6, landed 2.
Window blind.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha covered out, flight level 330,
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Bravo, good Nachmittag and identified information echo current, cleared Andorra 3 Alpha arrival, thereafter Rokiel to 6 transition.
Die Andorra 3 Alpha arrival and then the Rokiel transition und jetzt bitte die Echo, danke, Flug.
Leipzig Air 1145, continue via Whiskey 1, Blue Line, stand 185, schönen Nachmittag.
Taxi via Whiskey 1, Blue Line, stand 185, and service is the next mile, Leipzig Air 1145.
Munich Center, Lufthansa 161, radio for taxi.
Put the seatbelt signs on early, shall we? And with the bug in the sim, I'll turn icing on because it just randomly decides to ice up sometimes. I can't bother to deal with it.
Taxi
QNH 1014.
One,
so I'll set that ready.
Lufthansa 161.
And put it back into standard.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Bravo, we are ready to send.
Lufthansa 6 Alpha Bravo, descend level 150.
And it's information back.
150 Alpha Bravo.
Lufthansa 1, Juliet Romeo, ready? Lufthansa 1, Juliet Romeo, keep it rolling, wind 260 degrees, 7 knots, 26 left, clear for takeoff.
26 left, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 1, Juliet Romeo.
Easy 150 Alpha, turn right, heading 170.
Yeah, sorry. Every time I open Luke Air Tool, it puts the cabin announcement back up to 100% volume, and I tend to try and get...
Easy 57 Echo, contact Innsbruck radar 119.275, goodbye.
119.275 for Easy 57 Echo, choose.
Leipzig 1053, proceed direct Aspart.
Direct Aspart, Leipzig 1053.
Scroll.
Onder exit golf ready for push.
119.275. Innsbruck radar, good afternoon, Easy 57 Echo, descending through flight level 220 for flight level 150, inbound MADEB.
Easy 57 Echo, Wien radar, question Innsbruck radar, Servus, identified, information Quebec, currently expect RMP Zulu approach, runway 08.
Information Quebec and expect runway 08, Easy 57 Echo.
Easy 57 Echo, when ready, descend to 13,000 feet, level at Elmem, to QNH 1014.
When ready, descend 13,000 feet, level by Elman and QNH 1014, Easy 57 Echo. You know what I'm going to do? Start to slow down, I think. And giving us a QNH. So let's just set that. Down we go. He said 08, didn't he? So we're potentially going to be doing that circle to land. So let me just panic and find RNP Zulu, he said.
Localizer, DME East approach, report established and report back.
Report established, localizer.
No, it's going to be straight in. Let's do flight plan, Lowy, arrival.
What do you have the airfield inside?
Roger, airports inside, Easy 3
RNAV 08 Zulu.
Thank you very much, Easy 3 for Alpha, wind calm, runway 08.
MADEB 1 Bravo.
Great line runway 08,
flight
Easy 3 for Alpha.
Insert, that's going to change our flight plan completely.
Easy 57 Echo, confirm you're expecting RMP Zulu approach for runway 08.
A firm RMP Zulu 08, Easy 57 Echo.
Easy 57 Echo, thank you. After LM, speed 180 knots or less.
After LM, speed 180 or less, Easy 57 Echo. Let's do, as I'm getting busy, excuse all the zipping and snapping about. You can see there we've changed our approach now completely. So Elmham, and then we're straight in the opposite direction for a straight-in approach. And what else? So all of this gump that we put into the RadNav page to the VOR and things, we're not necessarily going to be using that, and I'm not sure how it's going to handle. Let's put approach phase in. I'm not sure how it's going to handle the RNAV approach. RNAV 08's changed. 133, QNH 1014. And thank you.
And from Jet 2 Alpha, for your confirmation, you're clear to descend according to the profile.
Roger, clear to descend on the profile, Jet 2 Alpha.
Yeah, I've got a decision height on the charts as 993 degrees. So I'll go ahead and put that in anyway. For the RADNAV call out, so entry out of range. So let's put in the decision altitude 2,900. We'll just stick that one in, shall we? See how we go. What I wanted to check as well, actually, while I'm thinking about it, is the altitude constraints for the RNAV approach. So we've got Elmham at 13,000. And already that's gone fluffed, hasn't it? So Whiskey India. Cool. You know what, we'll just make it up as we go along, shall we? Oh dear. VMCG, thank you. Commentator, hello. Welcome back. We'll set auto brake medium, the short runway. And just for you guys, quickly pop the Navigraph map back on again, so we can see now we're going Osdov MADEB into Elmham, and we've got the speed restriction 180 or less at Elmham before we make our way in on that RMP approach.
Innsbruck approach, Austria 901 at stand 4 with information Quebec, requesting clearance to Vienna.
Austin 901 Wien,
and there's our descent charts.
To Wien via Rattenberg. 3 Juliet departure on base 08 initial climb at level 120 and squawk 4662.
Stand by for Austria 901, I need to adjust my volume. 1 sec.
So VMCG, it'd be interesting to find out from your professional point of view how.
EV3 for Alpha, willkommen in Innsbruck, taxi apron, Maya Bravo.
How exactly would you go about setting your RMP approach? From my understanding, it's all set in the MCDU, and we just press approach mode. We wouldn't touch it at the LS. We just press approach. Is that correct?
Austin 901, you're cleared to Wien Rattenberg, 3 Juliet departure, Romeo Tango Tango 3 Juliet runway.
Hopefully clear the clouds by then, but we've scattered at 800 feet, a few clouds at 800 feet, so who knows.
Okay, for the 3 Juliet departure, runway 08, initial climb, flight level 120.
Fantastic.
And squawk 4662.
Austin 901, people correct, come you ready for push and start.
Cool and ready for push and start, Austrian 901.
From Jet 2 to Alpha Story, due to traffic on the other side of the valley, expect direct RMP approach from the 08.
Cool, thank you. It's always good to check with someone that actually knows what they're doing.
Easy 57 Echo, you cleared RMP Zulu approach runway 08, report airfield inside.
Cleared RMP Zulu, runway 08, report runway inside, easy 57 Echo. Let's pop constraints on. And we're just going to leave that green dot speed as our speed target there. We've activated approach mode ready.
You speed 160 knots or less.
And we've been told once we get to Elmham, 180 or less for our speed.
You can leave the cockpit.
Look at that 9 off.
Look at this is pretty cool. It's building in the next METAR by the looks of it. I hope the box is going to be correct. We've got the Navigraph data in now, so I'm hoping it's going to be accurate. It wasn't the other week in Rome, so although that was without Navigraph. And I should probably get rid of that Navigraph
Austria
chart.
901, confirming that was RTT3 Juliet for the departure.
Austria 901 correct, and you don't have to hold at Romeo Single Tango.
Okay, copy. Austria 901.
thank you.
Transjet 2 to Alpha, do you have the airfield in sight?
Negative, but we've got the road leading to the... Actually, yeah, we've got the field in sight now, so that's it.
Thank you very much. Wind calm, runway 08, clear to land.
So LM at 13,000, Whiskey India 750 at 13,000, and then that 3.6 degree glide slope down to the runway as we fly through the valley.
Oscar Echo, Charlie Zulu Yankee to input traffic with information Quebec. Good afternoon. Approaching Mike 1 at 5,000 feet. Request Innsbruck approach via Mike route, Mike 2 and Mike 3 to land.
Yes, we've got flaps 1.
Innsbruck radar, good afternoon. Enter the control zone via Mike routing, 4,000 feet or below. Squawk 7,000 QNH 1014. Expect runway 26.
Oscar Echo, Charlie Zulu Yankee, QNH 1.
Go flaps 2 as well, shall we?
24.
Treat ourselves.
Expect runway 26. We'll follow
just as we get close.
Mike 2 and Mike 3 at 4,000 feet or below. Can you repeat the QNH, please?
Oscar Zulu Yankee, QNH 1014.
Yeah, 3.6.
QNH 1014 and smoke.
So we've got auto-brake medium. Let's set up for our landing properly, shall we?
7 Echo, you can descend according to the RMP approach path.
Roger, easy 57 Echo. He's already cleared.
Easy, 34 Alpha on the block.
He's already cleared us on the approach.
Network, there's much new traffic coming in.
Thank you very much for flying. Have a nice day.
Auto-brake medium. That's all good.
As I was just going to say, is it possible to just send the network for a bit longer to watch some arrivals coming in?
Yeah, should be no problem. There's not so much traffic at the moment.
Yeah, Echo, Navigraph should be off the screen now for you guys. Whiskey India 750, and then interesting, I'm seeing flight level 130 there as well. Which is not correct. So we're going to have to, yeah, I was going to say we're going to have to work out our foot per minute. Let's just go ahead and just see what it does. Let's keep a little bit of a better speed, shall we, as well, rather than ride the Alpha. And human reactions, nice one. Yeah, I did hear you calling up actually. Hopefully it's a good one.
This is 2569 requesting clearance IFR to Gatwick. We are the information Quebec on board.
Easy 2569, info radar, good afternoon. Information Quebec is correct. You cleared to London Gatwick via Mach D 3 hotel departure, runway 26. After Mach D, proceed direct Kempton VOR, Kilo Papa Tango, Dennis 5. Right. The initial climb flight level 160 and squawk 4664.
So we are pretty much good to go. Let's go, all cool.
We're clear to London Gatwick via Mach D 3 hotel, departure for runway 26. After departure, proceed direct to Kempton. First climb altitude is flight level 160. And squawk is it 1464, you said, if you have to touch it.
Easy 2569, squawk 4664, rest of the clearance.
He's asked us to report visual with the runway.
Squawk 4664, if you have to 569, I think.
And Innsbruck's just, it'll be through there somewhere.
Austria 901, ready for push and start.
Austria 901, push and start is...
I can add some snow, let's see.
Push and start through Austria 901.
I can't, it's not going to let us. It's currently pulling in the next METAB by the looks of it. Let's have a little look. Where's our enable moving maps? That's what we want on here. Whiskey India 751 max 175 knots.
Okay,
on the charts, but that's fine because we're doing 165.
Willkommen in Innsbruck, taxi apron via Bravo, stand of your choice.
Taxi apron, alright, that related service, thanks for that.
Speedbird 93 Golf, wind is calm, runway 26, you're clear to land.
Please land runway 26, Speedbird 93 Golf. Oscar Zulu Yankee to Innsbruck traffic report.
Yeah, it's cleared up quite nicely. Innsbruck is just the other side of that ridge.
Oscar Zulu Yankee, continue to Mike 3. After Mike 3, join base for runway 26.
Copy that. Oscar Zulu Yankee will proceed Mike 3 at 4,000 feet. And I will, just after Mike 3, I will turn base for direct final runway 26.
All correct. G57 Echo, reduce speed to 160 knots or less.
160 knots or less for Easy 57 Echo. There's the runway. And Easy 57 Echo, runway in sight.
Easy 57 Echo, thank you, continue your approach.
Continue approach, Easy 57 Echo. Lovely. Cool, so hopefully then we are on track to meet that target as well. But we'll do what, 10 for now. So there's no circle to land procedure, I'm afraid. Hopefully that I was kind of hoping with runway 08 we'd be routed in via RTT and we'd then do that circle to land procedure. I could have always requested it, I guess. And I'm sure they would have probably tried to facilitate it so we could give it a go, but it's an interesting approach as it is. We could, if we wanted to, track that OEV VOR.
Oscar Zulu Yankee, you can straight out enter final runway 26.
Oscar Zulu Yankee is
and for this one, if it's a go around, it'll be climb straight ahead down the valley up to RTT.
Thank you. Easy 57 Echo, reduce minimum approach speed, you're currently number 3.
Reduce minimum approach speed, continue number 3, Easy 57 Echo.
We are ready
for get down, shall we?
Easy 2569 now, hold position, I will call you back.
It's busy at Innsbruck. Flight Simmer 7700, welcome. Let's have a look at some cabin views, shall we? Very briefly while I get a chance. That's quite cool. Before I go to manual flight anyway. And I'm just going to configure really early for full flaps. So the threshold of the runway is just there out of view. We are a little high, to be fair.
Speedbird 93 Golf, willkommen in Innsbruck, taxi apron via Alpha, stand of your choice.
Taxi apron, stand of Alpha, Speedbird 93 Golf, thank you. Austria 901, ready for taxi.
Austria 901, there is
it's flight manually.
Incoming Speedbird A320 out of Alpha. As soon as the aircraft has passed or is on the stand, you can taxi holding point 08 via Alpha, QNH 1014.
QNH 1014 and Volco, Austria 901.
There's the threshold there. We've got 4 whites still, so a little bit of speed brakes, shall we? I think will help us.
Easy 5, 7 Echo, wind 160 degrees to north, runway 08, you're clear for land.
Cleared land 08, easy 5, 7 Echo.
And
Callum, hello, welcome.
569, there are now 2 aircraft passing you. Speedbird A320 left to right, and then Austrian 901 right to left. Behind the Austrian A320 passing you right to left, push and start.
Let's set that missed approach altitude. We've got gear down, flaps full. We've done that cabin ready stuff. Interestingly, we've not got that landing checklist.
Zulu Yankee, sorry for that.
And no box.
Due to inbound traffic.
Oscar Echo Charlie Zulu Yankee, proceed direct to Mike 3. Copy.
Yeah, there's quite a few issues with the A32NX still. One of them is the fact that we can just we can put 100% speed brake in when we shouldn't be able to, obviously. There we go. That's our checklist now displayed on the eCam as well. Coming up to minimums. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. Join us tomorrow, we'll be doing something different, thanks to Ashish requesting Mumbai and to Delhi.
Oscar Zulu Yankee, join right hand downwind runway 08.
Oscar Zulu Yankee, join
2 red, 2 white.
right downwind runway 08.
Just going to try and bring that rate of descent down to a little bit more of a reasonable rate now. Keep the pappies 2 red, 2 white is what we want. Matthew, good timing. Aviation simulation, good timing too.
100 above. Minimum.
That's our minimums.
Austin 901, you can start taxi.
It's nice having to actually fly manually and
start taxi, Austrian 901.
do it in the sim properly for once, rather than have all these ILS approaches, which are great, but it's nice to have a little go, fly it manually through a valley. That's quite cool. Nice and stable on the approach. Slight 2-knot crosswind according to that nav display.
500.
No box though on our PFD for the RNAV, which is odd.
Good evening, it's request departure.
300.
Ukraine International 797, Innsbruck radar, good afternoon, you're clear to Kiev via Rattenberg, 3 Juliet departure, Romeo Tango Tango, 3 Juliet runway 08, initial climb at level 120 and squawk 4665.
40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Down.
Approved to departure.
Landed.
RTT 3 Juliet, squawk 4665.
Interestingly, Navigraph hasn't given me. I can't see a stand number,
International 797, read that correct?
which is odd. Let's come off brakes, auto brake, shall we? Wow,
Okay, good Charlie, Zulu Yankee, join right base 3.5.
Oscar Zulu Yankee will join base for final runway 08 as soon as possible.
And easy 57 Echo vacating at Bravo.
Easy 57 Echo, willkommen in Innsbruck, taxi to the apron via Bravo, stand of your choice.
Taxi via Bravo to the apron, standard choice. Easy 57 Echo. Dankeschön. Let's clean the aircraft up.
Austin 901 behind the next landing aircraft Cessna 172 turning base runway 08. Hang up in base runway 08 behind, backtrack approved.
And I put my backtrack approved after the landing aircraft, Austria 901.
There's an Ukraine International there.
Yankee, the wind 160 degrees to north for runway 08, you clear to land.
Oscar Zulu Yankee, clear to land, runway 08, wind guide.
This is the busiest I've seen Innsbruck in the sim. But thank you. I didn't notice any FPS drop, although I was quickly changing some bits on Navigraph, so I'm not sure if that was causing me some issues. If you actually need some toast for that butter. Oh, thank you. Let's plop it here, shall we?
Push and start, international 787.
Pop the nose light off as we make our way in. So we've got Premium Deluxe, so we've got that Sobo handmade Innsbruck, which is quite cool.
Actually, Ukraine International 797, hold position, I will call you back.
That'll do us, I think. Just just missed the landing. Could have really turned all this bit off as well, to be fair. Wait for that APU to become available. Strudel time indeed. The best apple strudel I've ever had was in Vienna, actually.
My position going international.
That was really, really good. Let's pop engine 2 off, shall we? Whack that on. Let's do that, shall we, as well? And let's see if we can spawn. Yeah, in human reactions. Yeah, I was trying to guess which one you were. Let's see if we can spawn some steps. No, that's really disappointing. What about baggage and fuel? No. Not sure where he's pointing. So there is an aircraft on finals, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to drone cam. There we are, there's in human reactions.
You can start the lineup.
And we've manually flown it through the valley there.
Stance
welcome.
Oscar Zulu Yankee, landing time 15 apron via Zulu, servus.
It's been a little plane just land.
Apron via Zulu, Oscar Zulu Yankee, thank you very much for your service. Servus.
Nice.
Austria 901, may I backtrack?
Austria 901, backtrack is approved.
We'll watch a few departures and then we'll log off and end the stream. VMCG,
okay for takeoff.
How did you rate that approach? Was that good enough for you guys, being a real pilot? Hopefully it was. Interestingly though, we didn't get the box on the PFD show up at any point during that, so a little odd. And that's with the Navigraph world data imported as well, so not quite accurate. So we'll watch that Austrian backtrack and depart. He's on the ground there, there's Inhuman and Ukraine International's pushback, that's 737-800. He's now probably thinking, what's that guy doing? VMCG, thank you, that's kind words from a pro. It's a shame, I spent years trying to become an airline pilot, but I didn't quite have the finances in place for it, so I've ended up going into a different world completely, but it pains me every day. This is as close to realism as I can get for this the world. So
We are ready for taxi for EasyJet 2569.
Easy 2569 takes rolling point, runway 26 via Bravo, and there's an Ukraine International 737.
How many hours of experience do I have in the game, Ashish? Very good question.
Right, taxi to runway 26 and around the company 77. EasyJet 2569.
Innsbruck radar, good afternoon. KONAN 1776 with you, flight level 350.
KONAN 1776, Innsbruck radar, good afternoon, identified information, Romeo current.
There's another EasyJet flight coming in from Gatwick very shortly as well,
150.
through the valley.
KONAN
1776, sorry, you're broken second.
Expecting runway 08, descending.
Yeah, you guys have got it really tough at the moment. I've got a mate who's a 747 pilot for British Airways, well was a 747 pilot for British Airways. He's been made redundant after years at Ryanair. He made the switch only about 2 years or so ago and has now lost his dream job.
Break. Easy 2569, wind calm, runway 26 cleared for takeoff, backtrack approved.
Oh, now they're going to 26.
Clear for takeoff, EasyJet 2569.
Innsbruck radar, KONAN 1776. Could you text the approach, please? I don't have that on my flight plan.
Ukraine International 797, taxi.
Ukraine International 797, taxi rolling point 08 via Alpha QNH 1014.
Repeat please for Ukraine International 797.
Ukraine International 797, taxi rolling point runway 08 via Alpha QNH 1014.
Yeah, hopefully it sorts itself out soon. News of the vaccine and things have obviously been quite promising, but I hope it does solve itself soon. It's a shame you guys have spent years and years for
08, 1 Alpha, QNH 1014.
training and blood, sweat and tears doing all your flying all the way through to your frozen ATPL and onwards, trying to get employed while an airline and all the rest of it and all the effort and hassle involved, but all for it to be taken away, I feel sorry for every one of them. So hopefully you guys cling on. EasyJet I think is in a strong position anyway, being quite a big airline across Europe.
Innsbruck radar, Leipzig Air 467 at ramp 8 with information.
I suppose nothing is certain anymore
startup.
in this COVID world.
Hier 467, Innsbruck radar, schönen guten Nachmittag, Romeo correct, you clear to Zurich.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because even though that vaccine has been announced, they're still going to have to roll it all out internationally. All of the countries around the world are going to have to create their own entry requirements to allow people to fly in or out, decide what they want from that. It's going to knock the aviation industry for probably at least another 2 or 3 years. I know IAG was saying that they don't think the industry is going to be back to normal until 2023.
Maximum holding speed 220.
Yeah, so that's the next bit of uncertainty, isn't it?
Austria 901 confirming that was flight level 160.
Austria 901 confirmed.
Let's get him on his rotation, shall we?
Innsbruck radar, this is Easy 633 with you, descending to flight level 150.
Easy 633 Innsbruck radar, good afternoon.
Yeah, the EU are messing around really.
Expect RMP Zulu approach runway 08.
It's a shame because they're turning it into a game because they're worried about other countries leaving and following suit, and it's confusing. He's used that runway and they're bringing aircraft in, and Ukraine there is departing on 08, so a little odd. That Easy 633 was with us as we departed Gatwick as well. It's Graham that's connected. What's Ashish? What sort of report has that guy made? Do you know? It's the first I've heard about it.
What's the current wind? Oh, it's calm. I was just right on the ATS. Apologies. Easy 6 or
We'll watch this EasyJet flight come in.
Shanix 1776, did you copy enter holding at Elmem as published? Easy 2569, identify passing 6,000 feet, climb flight level 160.
Messing around with the safety of passengers.
Austin 901 for further climb, monitor Unicom 122.8, zeros.
Further climb, monitor Unicom on 122.8, bye-bye, Austria 901.
I was reading in the news today that there's a Chinese airline that has basically told people that you need to have they need to wear nappies. So their crew have been told that they have to wear nappies on board to serve people, so they don't have to go to the toilet, which I think is just disgraceful. But
1776 Innsbruck, do you read?
I'd imagine they don't really have a choice.
1776 with you.
Being a communist country, they probably just have to do as they're told.
Mike, Echo Mike as published. Inbound course 149er right.
But there's been a lot of
maximum speed 220 knots.
Over the last 10-20 years, there's been a lot of issues with Air India and
94 holding the Elmem.
Pakistan International as well, with pilots with fraudulent pilot licenses and things being found out, and they've basically gone and got copies of random certificates and put their name on it, so that's not good.
08 cleared for takeoff, backset approved.
200 hours, that's really, really low. When I was cabin crew for a while, we always hit our maximum 900 hour quota, and then they stuck us on the ground for like the last few weeks. Once we hit that European limit, we were stuck, but that was a long time before this all set in. Suspended because he filed the report. Yeah, because they got called out and they don't like it.
Easy 2569, proceed direct Kempten, Kilo Papa Tango.
Indeed, Callum, yep.
Proceed direct Kempten, Kilo Papa Tango, easy 2569.
Easy 2569, proceed contact
Nervous Rex. Good grief.
1507.
I mean, I get that it takes a lot of time and effort and money, and emotional effort as well into
Easy 2569,
becoming an airline pilot.
1507.
But I couldn't go out and fly with a Chinese airline.
Chinese 1776 in the holding descent.
I'd want to stick to a Western airline at least. So even in the sense that, you know, as far as Australia, New Zealand, those sort of airlines, I'd happily fly for. Cathay would be a push.
To 13,000 feet, level at Elmem, QNH is 1014. Proceed direct Elmem.
Yeah, it's extremely scary. It's extremely worrying. They were banned from flying into the UK for a while.
And proceed direct to Elmem at 13,000 feet. Easy 633.
Easy 633, all correct. After Elmem, expect speed 180 knots or less.
After Elmem, expect speed 160 knots. Sorry, 180 knots or less.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I suppose you don't question what they want. I'm getting sidetracked there. We'll catch this Ukraine International 738 going off. Sakurai, yeah, we've made our way to Innsbruck from London Gatwick. So some fog and mist coming in, rolling in through the valley there, by the looks of it. That's quite cool. That looks awesome. Zachariah, yeah, you if you've just missed us, I'm afraid, but you could always rewind the live stream and go back and watch bits. Lufthansa's got his beacons on, so he'll be pushing back shortly.
International 797 identified passing 4,000 feet, climb flight level 160.
Climb flight level 160, international 797.
KNX 1776, descend to 13,000 feet, QNH 1014.
Descending 13, 1014, KNX 1776.
KNX 1776, reduce speed to 180 knots as soon as you hit
fog forecast tonight, so it's nice to see that the Unreal Weather mod actually does seem to be working correctly with as the metars are updating and changing. Interestingly enough,
Speed 180, passing
that aircraft that's coming in, that EZ633, it'll be interesting to see how the weather changes by the time he gets in, because he's about 10 minutes away now. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be affected.
Yeah, confirmed.
By low vis.
Clear to the RMP Zulu approach.
Grief, yeah, that is
runway
low.
Runway 08, 1776.
EZ633, reduce speed 180 knots.
180 knots was EZ633.
Zach lost his wallet. Can we go back? Oh, yeah. We'll quickly zip back. Does he know where? Was it over Germany or was it over Brussels? We'll watch the EZ633. We'll watch him come in and land, and then we'll leave it there. So he's flying in through the valley at the moment, through the mist, through the fog. No snow though. I wonder if I can force it in. Oh, good grief. That is quite annoying. So yesterday it was letting me force that in, and today it's not. Hey ho. If it gets busier, we'll have to disconnect because I don't want to clog up the stands. God, that cloud base is starting to come in and drop now, isn't it? And it's got dark exceptionally quickly. Still can't see.
KNX 1776, you are clear to descend according to profile.
Clear to descend according to profile, KNX 1776.
Still can't see him coming in through the valley. Not sure if that's that KNX flight there. I don't know if that's the Ukraine International guy that's just popped into the cloud, or if that's the KNX flight. But if we were flying in from RTT, it'd be down on our 12 o'clock as we're looking at the camera now, straight down that valley there. And then over Innsbruck, but obviously we've flown in from that direction, from the west. This guy, he reduced his speed, I think, because he wasn't sure if he was going to have to disconnect in time.
For the RMP Zulu approach runway 08, you're clear to descend according to profile.
So we've got two aircraft flying in.
Cleared for the RNAV Zulu.
We've got KNX
to Innsbruck,
and then the EZ633.
Can descend on the glide. EZ633, is there any speed restriction?
EZ633 actually speed 180 knots or less on the entire approach.
So he's departing
Fantastic.
west.
180 knots or less for EZ633.
Yeah, no, very unusual to be at 180 knots at 13,000 feet. Ukraine International 797 for further climb, monitor uniform, frequency 122-8, servus.
Unicom, you can international 797, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll wait for him to call up, say he's visual with the runway. We'll watch this Lufthansa guy for a little while. It's quite a nice little trip into Innsbruck actually from Gatwick, or from anywhere else I guess. It's nice flying through the valley. I think Orbex do a payware, or there's a payware version of this airport, and I'm not sure what the difference is, to be honest. I mean, this all seems nice enough.
Flight 467, request taxi runway 26.
Flight 467, taxi holding point runway 26 via Bravo QNHs 1014.
So don't forget tomorrow, 1300 Zulu. Tomorrow at 1300 Zulu, we'll be going Mumbai to Delhi. Something totally different for us. Requested by Ashish. And we'll probably be in a Air India livery for that, which needs to create a call sign. Yeah, I'd imagine the Orbex scenery is a bit better. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see the comparison of the two. It's nice as a handcrafted airport though, as part of the premium deluxe package. Definitely. Was a Speedbird just spawned in there? I'd like to think with the payware version, the RMP approach and everything else will be absolutely perfect. You'd get the box, and I suppose the aircraft might read it a bit better. I still maintain Manchester Airport's the best payware scenery currently for the sim.
Flight 467, ready for departure.
Flight 467, affirmative.
Flight 467, wind calm, runway 26, clear for takeoff, backtrack approved. And keep maximum...
Flight 467, runway 26, backtrack approved and cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, I suppose...
Flight 467, maintain maximum rate of climb until passing level 110.
There we go. So because he's taken off west and there's aircraft flying in,
rate of climb until
he wants him to climb as best as he possibly can, really, to get clear of the inbound traffic. Yeah, I suppose it gets the job done. For me, I don't fly into Innsbruck enough, I guess, to justify getting the payware add-on on top of this. So I'm not sure. I find myself very torn all the time between different payware options and what airports I might want to purchase and get. But I think until the sim is actually up to scratch a lot more, I'll be I'm not very inclined to go ahead and start getting extra add-ons. So I tend to stick to freeware as best as I can. There are some, as we saw at Gatwick at the start, it's exceptionally good freeware, and the guys updated it to add some little quirky Christmas-related goodies, as we saw. So we've got Santa on the air bridge and snowmen along the runway and things like that. So it's a really active developer, and he's made Gatwick into an exceptional piece of scenery, completely free of charge for the sim. When sunset, it's already gone, so the RMP Zulu should be, if that's the case, the RMP Zulu should 80. Well, I put my teeth back in. If that's the case, the RMP 08 Zulu should be not allowed. So we're on live time now. Let's have a little look. 16:35, 15:35 UTC. So we're 2 minutes behind local live time.
Innsbruck radar, good evening. Austrian 268 with information Sierra. Descending flight level 130.
Austin 268, Innsbruck radar, schönen guten Nachmittag. Identified Sierra correct. Expect localizer DE east approach.
There we go. So now he's on a localizer approach.
Localizer DE east for Austrian 268.
Austin 2628, when ready, descent 9,500 feet, level at Rattenberg, Romeo Tango Tango, QNH 1014.
Roger, continuing descent 9,500, double level to Rattenberg, and 1014 for Austrian 2628.
Oh, what's he doing?
1776, the wind is calm, runway 08, you're clear to land.
Wow.
Clear to run to 08, Charlie's 1776.
Oh dear. Are you still trying? Oh dear. Oh, that went wrong. The guy asked for his best rate of climb, not to drive it off the airport. Still going.
Good evening, being a radar, easy to pass, requesting clearance.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh. If that was me, I'd have definitely disconnected by now. I mean, he's still going. Off he goes, down the valley, and there's an aircraft flying in through the valley now. Hasn't called up visual yet though. Oh dear, that bot. Apologies for the bot.
Easy 25, Wien Innsbruck, radar, good afternoon, stand by.
I can't see that Lufthansa anymore, so I think he did just disconnect out of shame. I think what he didn't expect was, in fact, there he is. He's still trying. He didn't, I don't think he configured properly at all. You need at least flaps 2, potentially flaps 3 for this. If you want to check out tutorials on how to depart on short runways, then have a little look on the channel for a tutorial of how to depart on the short runways on my channel. You can tell I'm tired, I'm speaking nonsense now. But yeah, have a little look at those that video if you're not sure how to do it or what you might need to consider. I've just sort of covered the basics. He is literally driving to Munich. It's good to see his wing lights and the beacon. Hasn't called up yet.
An die 281 Innsbruck, Radar, schönen guten Nachmittag. Fliegen Sie in die Kontrollzone über November 1, November 2, Whisky 2, 7000 Fuß oder darunter, KONAN 1014.
We'll watch this aircraft land and then I'll
fliegen in die Kontrollzone Innsbruck über November 1, November 2,
and then we'll end the stream. I'm conscious I don't want to stay connected on the ground for too long at Innsbruck. It's not particularly busy, but I just don't want to get the attention of the approach controller inadvertently. So who's this then? Is this the CHANX flight? Or is it Easy 633? Where's he going? It's turned a bit too early.
Leipzig Air 467, proceed direct Kempten, Kilo Papa Tango.
Leipzig Air 467, direct Kempten, Kilo Papa Tango.
Jet 2 is the CHANX 737. Coming in.
Station calling for clearance, say close again. Austin 2628 after Rattenberg, reduce speed 180 knots, you cleared localizer, DME East approach, report established.
Well, that's like Ukraine International again.
Using 180 cleared, localized DME East and Wilco, Austrian 2628.
Herzliche 467 Contact München 134150. Servus.
124150. Dankeschön, tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal in Innsbruck.
Servus.
Good grief, that EZ633 fell really far behind. He took off at the same he took off 2 minutes behind us.
Channel 1776, willkommen in Innsbruck, taxi to the apron via Bravo, standard
Okay, so that's model matching gone wrong then.
Taxi to standard choice. Channel 1776, thanks for the...
Hey ho. I'm assuming being a 737 he'll be on X-plane with the Zibo 737-800.
Mosketier 281, erwarten Sie Piste 08.
Piste 08, Mosketier 281, danke.
Customer 1542, Servus, unfortunately only can hear static, please check your mic. Easy 633, wind is calm, runway 08, clear to land.
So he's coming in.
Runway 08, clear to land, easy 633.
Where is he? He got RMP 08 Zulu. So he should be coming into view any second. We got our clearance just the other side of that valley, over that ridge. Probably my favourite approach in the sim now. I would imagine. It's quite a nice scenic route in actually. Much better I guess with if there was snow and things cast onto the ground, which I've tried to force, but it's not having it today. Maybe if I click that and then type in.
Radar, hello, good time. Speedbird 622. Information Sierra, ready for IFR to
We'll have a bit of snow, shall we? And interestingly,
India Foxtrot.
It's that is apparently what the weather should look like. So the METARs have gone a little bit skew if. That looks cool. Salzburg to runway 33. You know what? I'll have to add that onto the list and have a little go. I believe there's some scenery for Salzburg. Although I might have to dig it out.
QX destination via Berno to Juliet departure, runway 08. Please say squawk again, speedbird 622.
Matthew, no problem at all. There'll always be some other live streams.
4675, speedbird 622.
Well, it's a bit more alive now, this with some snow on the ground. So with Unreal Weather, I like this ice.
Confirm your requested cruising level.
With Unreal Weather, if it starts to get a bit confused with itself, you just press that button there, the 2 arrows, and it will force pull the METAR straight into the sim. And then, interestingly, it'll allow you to add snow.
Speedbird 622, Innsbruck to Zurich.
Last minute turn like Madeira, lovely. I like those sort of approaches in the sim.
622.
Thank you.
So EZ633 is clear to land. He's not said he's visual yet, and I'm not sure where he is. But he should be.
268, established localized DME East.
Coming into view any second. Interestingly, there's an Austrian flight coming in on the DME approach through that eastern valley.
26, Austrian 268.
So that could be interesting. 2 arrivals on each on a different
Ready for
runway.
push and start Speedbird 622.
Speedbird 622, push and start is approved.
Push and start approved. Speedbird 622, thank you.
Bestätigen Sie sich Linie Kontrollflüge November 1, November
Sakurai, hello.
Whisky Zone 7500 oder runter.
Jo, sind wir vor dem Anflug über November 1,
Still waiting for
orientieren
easy
uns auf Radar
633,
und
it's clear
melden
to
dann
land
gleich
to
November
appear.
1.
No idea where he is. But we should have seen him. No, it's not a second flight.
November 1 befindet sich auf ihrer 11 Uhr Position 6.
We're just waiting, so there's 2 or 3 aircraft that flew in from Gatwick, we're just waiting. We're waiting for him to land, that last aircraft to land. Facility, hello, you're joining us just towards the end of the stream. Oh, good grief, there he is. It's totally invisible. So that's the last of the 3 aircraft that flew from Gatwick. Myself in human reactions and Graham's just landed.
Easy 633 is vacated from runway 0.
Easy 633 will come in Innsbruck.
And the Speedbird pushing back there as well.
Use caution pushing back Speedbird A321.
Hope you've enjoyed the stream.
Final choice for Easy 633.
Austin 2628, no speed restrictions, wind calm, runway 26, clear to land.
Clear to land 26, Austin 2628.
Wow, he's gone wrong there, hasn't he? His nose is up and his tail's on the ground. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you join us tomorrow for Mumbai to Delhi, mixing it up somewhere a little different. First time to that region in the sim, so not quite sure what to expect. Where is that BA flight off to? We've seen all sorts today at Innsbruck. We've seen somebody driving to Munich. This guy's on the grass. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Matthew, recommendation is FS2 Cruise Pushback Express.
Speedbird 622, push start complete, ready for taxi.
Winter 2020 on Pushback Express at FS2 crew.
Hold position, Speedbird 622.
So I highly recommend getting that with that winter discount that they've got on. Not quite sure what's happening here. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Easy 633, it looks like the British Airways is using a different scenery. Do you want me to hold position?
Now, Easy 633, as long as he is not blocking you, you can continue taxiing if you wish.
Okay, Easy 633.
See you tomorrow for Mumbai to Delhi, and hope to see you all there. As always, any suggestions for what you want to see, then just let me know on the Discord server. Routes, flights, airlines, whatever you guys want to see, or even more tutorials and things. I'll do my best to fulfill them all. But anyway, in any case, have a very good evening.